信じられない。それが真相だというのかい？
はい。私たちは見たままのことをお話ししています。
George folded his arms and started mumbling again. And the kitchen was once again wrapped in a long silence.
ジョージ様がにわかには信じられない気持ちも私はよくわかります。何しろこの目で確かに見たはずの私ですらあれが何だったのかわからなくなる。私は確かに見た。そして取っ組み合いまでしたはずなんです。なのにあれが全部幻だったような気すらする。
なるほどね。あのローザおばさんに詳しく話せないわけだ。今の話を本当にしてたらもっと面倒なトラブルになっていただろうね。なるほど。源氏さんが随分冷静な対応をしていたのが分かりました。
私にそれを説明するだけの力があればよかったのですが。
George had not actually seen it, but when pressed to believe, he just couldn't imagine it. It was only natural, because even the people who had actually seen it had given up asking themselves what it was.
話を少し巻き戻すよ。シャノンはカノン君が偽物かもしれないと思った時、クモの巣を取ってきたと言ったね。どうしてそんなことを？
そうだ、それは私も思っていました。どうしてクモの巣だったんです？
前に熊沢さんに聞いたことがあるんです。大昔の六軒島には悪霊が住んでいて、そのクモの巣を恐れたって。それでクモの巣を魔除けと尊んで大切にしたという昔話があるんだそうです。それでそのとっさに私も少し混乱していたんだと思います。
そんな話が。熊沢はそういう昔話に詳しかったな。
クモは液中ですからね。確かにそういう信仰があってもおかしくないかもしれない。
きっとその悪霊の力をあの鳥居の祠が封じ込めてたんだと思います。そして霊境が割られたのでその力が蘇ってベアトリーチェ様を蘇らせる力となってしまったに違いないのです。私が心の弱かった私があんな大それたことをしなければ。
シャノン、その話はもうしなくても大丈夫だよ。僕は君を責めたりなんかしない。
Since long ago, Shannon had often suggested there was some kind of occult cause for her meeting with George. After listening to her, George had grown to think that she was being a typical girl, associating love with fate, chance, and miracles. He did think that smashing the spirit mirror offered at the Torii Shrine was taking it a bit far, but he'd laughed it off and forgiven her, thinking it was just a prank to show how serious she was about her relationship with him. Just breaking a mirror in some musty shrine wouldn't have changed the fate of our meeting. It would never cause any curse. He tried to cheer her up, saying it was only a musty mirror covered in dust.
ベアトリーチェ様という霊のような存在がいるという話はこの島に勤めるようになってからたくさんの同僚に聞かされました。最初はバカバカしいと思っていましたが、それを批判するとなんだか不謹慎そうな空気があったもので、私も表向きは信じているように振る舞っていきました。しかしまさか本当に
いたんです。ベアトリーチェ様はずっとこのお屋敷におられたんです。でもベアトリーチェ様は力を失っておられて、私たちの前に姿を現すことができなかったんです。ずっといた。私たちが見えなかっただけなんです。
源氏さんの意見を聞きたいです。
私には何も意見はありません。一つだけ申し上げたいのは、私たちはあの時 ここに5人いた。そしてカノンが勝手口から帰ってきたと思った。そして使用人室に運び、何かが起こって南條先生と熊沢が帰らぬ人となってしまった。それだけです。私たちは見たものをすでに全て説明しました。それを見ていないジョージ様に信じろというのはとても無理な話だと理解しています。
信じられるわけがない。あれは間違いなくカノンさんだと思った。でもあいつがベッドから起き上がって、そうこんな風にしながら胸の傷をまさぐり始めた時、こいつはカノンさんじゃない、誰か別の存在なんだと直感しました。ジョージ様にはわからないでしょう。よく知っていると思っていた人物が実は別人であることをさらけ出した瞬間の恐ろしさというものは説明できない。とても説明できるわけがない。
わかるよ。郷田さんがそれほどまでにショックを受けるどんな恐ろしいことがあったのか、僕はさすが。
ありがとうございます、ジョージ様。
And they all fell silent again. Shannon kept crying no matter how many times she was consoled, thinking that listening to the witch's sweet whispers and breaking the spirit mirror on that day had been a mistake that ruined everything.
君に囁いたという魔女はその鏡があると力を失うんだね。
少し説明してくれた気がしますが、よく覚えていません。あの鏡があると力が出せないというようなことを言っていたと思います。
君が割ったというその鏡はどうしたの？
覚えていません。多分割ったまま立ち去りましたから、そのままそこに残ってたでしょう。
ということは岩礁が雷で打たれて消えたとかいう時に海の底か。まあ拾って接着剤で貼り付けたところでご利益は戻らないだろうけどね。
私は本当になんてことを。
ごめん、失言したよ。
He didn't know if Shannon, when breaking the mirror, had really started all this off. Though the servants didn't blame Shannon, they also seemed to believe that her actions had been the root cause. But even now, George wasn't able to go that far. All this talk about witches and evil spirits sounded fake to him, even though he was trying to be open-minded. Even so, he listened seriously to Shannon's story, trying to find a hint that might relieve at least a little bit of the pain in her heart.
そういえばその鳥居にあったものとは違うでしょうが、奥様がお守りとして霊鏡をお持ちになっていると聞いたことがあります。
夏日おばさんが？
はい、おじい様の形見分けか何かでもらったものだそうで、とても強い魔除けの力を持つ由緒正しい霊鏡だとかなんとか。
同じ話は私も聞いたことがある。鏡は良くないものを反射して弾き返す力があるのだとか。
その霊鏡があれば魔女のベアトリーチェに対抗できるかな？
When George proposed this, the servants looked up.
祀っていた鳥居と祠はもうないかもしれないけれど、霊鏡がもう一枚あるのは重要なことだよ。夏日おばさんの実家は神職にも通じていると聞いたことがある。それは本当に単なる鏡ではないかもしれない。
確か奥様は宝物箱に入れて大事にしまっている、そんなに大きいものではないのかもしれません。
大きさの問題ではなかったと思います。私が割った鏡も一見大したことのない小さな鏡に見えました。
相手がオカルトならこちらもオカルトの手段で対抗するしかない。ただこうして座っていても 何も解決しない。単なる気休めだとしてもやってみる価値はあるよ。
Of course, this didn't mean George had accepted the witch. However, he thought it'd be necessary to have some kind of purification ceremony to heal the wounds in Shannon's heart. So the story about Natsuki's spirit mirror was really convenient.
行こう。魔女をやっつけようなんて大それたことは言わないよ。でも魔女から身を守る魔除けがあってもいいと思う。前にマリアちゃんに聞いたんだけど、おじい様の部屋の扉は強力な魔除けが施されているんでしょ。さすがおじい様だね。オカルトに対する防御も十分だったわけだ。行こう、夏日おばさんの部屋へ。
しかし奥様の部屋には鍵がかかっていると思います。マスターキーはローザ様にお返ししてしまいましたし、キーボックスのある使用人室も施錠されてしまいましたし。
ならばその鍵は夏日おばさんが持ち歩いているはず。礼拝堂にはまだ夏日おばさんの遺体があるはずだ。警察が来る前に勝手にいじってしまうのは悪いことだけれど、それについてはちゃんと説明しよ
う。しかし礼拝堂の入り口も鍵がかけられております。
合田さんの腕力じゃガラス1枚割れないのかい。その辺の石で叩き割ればいい。
大切な礼拝堂の窓を破ってしまってもよろしいのでしょうか。
おじい様に怒られるときは僕が責任を持つよ。僕はもともと今日後宮家の全員と戦うつもりでいた。君との婚約を許してもらうためにね。だから元よりその覚悟はある。ガラスを割ろう。そして夏日おばさんの遺体から鍵を借りよう。
George's announcement that he'd take responsibility seemed to have given the servants a great deal of courage. Shannon and Goto looked at each other, then looked at George's face again.
オカルトに詳しいおじい様だもの。夏日おばさんの霊境の力だってきっと理解してくれる。大丈夫。怒られたりなんかしない。
奥様の鏡で本当にベアトリーチェ様をもう一度封じることができるでしょうか。
わからない。でも試す価値はあると思う。なら行こう。表はどんどん暗くなっちゃうよ。急ごう。シャノンは懐中電灯を、ゴーダさんはガラスを割れそうな道具を、ゲンジさんはすみません、傘の用意をお願いします。
はい。
The servants who had been rejected by Rosa gained a new master and started to move. George, who was normally calm and gentle, was now radiating dignity. Shannon checked the emergency flashlight, just in case she changed the batteries. Goto was testing several heavy-looking cooking tools. Normally a high-priced chef like him wouldn't want to use them for something other than their intended purpose, but now he was frantic to fulfill the orders of the one he accepted as his master. After some worrying, he took a large, thick-feeling frying pan. Genji removed several umbrellas from the umbrella stand set in the corner near the kitchen door. He took 3 of them.
ゲンジさん、
私はご一緒できません。ご用命の時に全員がいないようなことがあっては後ろ宮家使用人頭として恥ずかしいことです。
そんな源氏さん、今のこの屋敷で一人でいることがどれだけ危険かあなたもわかるでしょう。
私はいいけど親方様からいつお呼び出しがあってもいいように私はここにいなくては。
源氏様、
行ってジョージ様にお仕えするようくれぐれも粗相のないようゴーダ手本となるようよろしく頼む。
はい、お任せください。
必ずやお役目を果たします。
本当にいいんですね、ゲンジさん。
はい、私はもうこの年です。今日までの人生は全て親方様に受けたご恩をお返しするための日々でした。このような老いぼれがどうなろうと全てはルーレットの西。私はどのような結果が出るのかをここに座って見届けたいと思います。
As Genji said that, he sat down, as though saying that he didn't intend to discuss this anymore. His gaze fell to the chessboard he had played Dancho on. When George saw this, he decided to leave Genji there.
行こう、みんな。今は少し風もおとなしいみたいだ。
When George took an umbrella and dashed down the hallway, Shannon and Goda chased after him, each holding a tool. After they flew out of the room, Genji quietly stretched his hand out to the side of the chessboard. He softly pulled something there towards himself, covering it with his palm. Genji killed his breathing even more than before. As he did, something flashed gold. From inside an ice pail set on the counter, a small gold butterfly appeared, softly and silently. It was almost as though it had seen George and the rest off, and was trying to secretly chase after them. It happened in an instant. The elegant gold butterfly, flapping its wings, was pinned against the wall by the knife Genji threw, like a butterfly in a bug collection. After the gold butterfly beat its wings several times, looking like it was in pain, it accepted the fact that it couldn't break free and became fine gold powder and smoke, disappeared as though it had melted into water. Genji still gazed down at the chessboard as though nothing had happened. Maybe he would think of a brilliant move very soon, but no matter what move he made, his opponent would not be able to respond for all eternity. Even though he knew that, Genji searched for a brilliant move. It must have been the perfect way to kill time, during the short period before some fate would be given to him. He didn't know what the result of the roulette would bring about, but that decision would be made very soon. No one could interfere with the tumbling roulette ball. The door to the parlor was not only locked, but blocked with a barricade made of sofas and the like. Because of that, Aunt Rosa seemed to suspect any suspicious person approaching would break through the window. Sitting on a one-person sofa, her back towards the door, she continued holding on to her gun. I didn't know what was what anymore, and even though my body and mind were worn out, I played with Maria as she wanted. Maria had said it. Beatrice was testing us to see if we could solve the epitaph of the gold, so we had to try and figure out this riddle. In the beginning, I was a little interested and tried to solve it, but I didn't even have a clue where to start in this weird text. I didn't doubt that there was some riddle hidden there, but I seriously doubted I'd be able to suddenly leap to an answer. In the middle part of the epitaph, there are lines going from the first to the 10th twilight, telling us the journey to the Golden Land. On the first twilight, offer the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the 2 who are close. It was obvious this hinted at the first 6 murders that had already occurred in the chapel, and Jessica and Kennekun's murders. If this was being followed, we still had to be prepared for 5 more people to be killed. On the 4th twilight, gouge the head and kill. On the 5th twilight, gouge the chest and kill. On the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa Bachan's corpses haven't been found. However, if this follows the pattern and they were sacrifices for the 4th and 5th twilights, they'll surely be found in a pitiful state with their head and chest gouged. So can we expect that 3 more of us will be gouged in the stomach, knee, and leg and killed? Who will it be? I looked around the room, noticing that there were 3 people here, but how should I put it? My emotions seemed paralyzed. Strangely, I didn't feel frightened. As I leaned against the sofa on the top part of my body, gazing up at the ceiling, Maria noticed. Apparently she felt that I was slacking off my riddle solving. She got mad at me for not taking this seriously enough.
なあ、マリア。ベアトリーチェは確か、これを解いたらどうするって言ってたんだっけ?
I'm sure the rich witch wrote in her letter that she'd given up on collecting interest or something abstract like that. I optimistically took that to mean that she'd give up on killing the whole family. But was it really written with that meaning? For some reason I couldn't convince myself that solving the riddle would really save me. I feel like maybe, even if we do solve it, we'll just be doing what the culprit wants, and it'll be all wasted effort.
そんなことはない。この碑文が解けたら、ベアとの儀式はおしまいになる。だからもうそれ以上、誰も死ななくなる。
本当にか? そういうルールを奴が提示してるだけだろ。この謎を解けば、多分、じい様の隠し黄金のありかがわかるんだろ。 奴はきっとそれを狙って。
おお、狙わないよ。
なんでそう断言できるんだよ。
黄金は最初からベアトのものだもん。自分のものを狙ったりなんかしない。
じゃあどうしてベアトは俺たちにこんな大ヒントを授けてくれたんだ？というかどうしてこんなゲームじみたことを仕掛けてきたんだ？
魔法にはリスクが必要なの。
リスク？よく意味がわかんねえな。
例えばマラソン。完走すれば誰でももらえるメダルと、一番になった人しかもらえないメダルって同じ価値だと思う？
思わねえぜ。つまりなんだよ。結局奴は遊んでるってことなのか？わざとこっちにチャンスを与えるようなことをして。
違う。それがね、魔法というものなの。どんな大きな魔法にも絶対にリスクや弱点があるの。ないといけないの。
魔法って言われるとピンとこねえが、ギャンブルだって考えれば少しは理解できるな。でかく失う覚悟がなきゃでかくは勝てない。そして勝ち目の薄いギャンブルであればあるほど配当はでかくなる。
その通りだよ。だからベアトは儀式のリスクをちゃんとみんなに説明したの。だからこの謎を解けばちゃんと儀式は中断される。だってそれを約束違反したらリスクにならない。
これを解けば奴は本当に約束を守るのか？
花は枯れるのにどうして美しいの？造花は見分けがつかないほど精巧でもどうして美しくないの？人間は死を賭すから奇跡が起こせる。不死の人間がいたとしてその人物に何の奇跡も起こせる道理はない。私たちも人生も魔女も儀式も、私たちはリスクを負わなければ何も成し遂げられないの。
謎が解けたらどうするんだ？ピンポーンって鳴らして挙手して回答を魔女に伝えて答え合わせをするのか？
それは知らない。でも解けばきっと自動的に儀式は終わる。
マリアは詳しいな。そいつはみんなベアトリーチェに習ったのか
？So, if you don't bear a risk, nothing can be gained, is that it? That definitely is a way of the world, but it's sort of in conflict with the chessboard thinking I like so much. At least when making moves in chess, players grope for the best move, always trying to avoid risk and hoping for an advantageous turn of events. They don't trust the chance, like in gambling. That's right, there's no room for gambling in an intellectual game. And yet, this person called Beatrice has created such an outrageous crime, or maybe a ceremony, while purposely imposing conditions for her own loss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play for your best move. So by putting yourself in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, we can't be sure that Beatrice's moves are always the best moves possible. I thought she was probably making us focus on the epitaph to fool us in some way, speaking in riddles. But according to Maria, that alone wasn't possible. She said that it was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, and therefore proved that it was a formal ceremony for magic. I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. If she's committing this chain of murders with some goal in mind, why'd she go through all the trouble of exposing the conditions for her defeat? No matter how I spin the chessboard around and think from my opponent's perspective, I can't understand why she'd give up this riddle if this riddle is unsolved. Isn't it almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses? Of course, chessboard reasoning won't work against an opponent like that. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is Beatrice after that's making her carry out this crime? If she just wanted to massacre us all, she could have done it quietly, without this whole crazy setup. There's no need for that kind of kind-hearted advance notice, all this self-aware, closed-room stuff, or any of the rest. It's all overacting. I've got no clue what it means. Will I be unable to understand everything, as long as I keep thinking of Beatrice as a greedy human culprit? If I don't accept her as a witch, will my chessboard thinking be stuck before I even line up the pieces? If she really is a witch and everything Maria has said is true, then there's only one thing for us to do. The theory building and discord searching for the culprit has been all pointless. We should have gathered in the dining hall, combining our knowledge to solve the riddle. By combining the knowledge of that many people, we might have been able to grasp at least a thread of the answer. The greedy humans, each desiring to gain something over their opponents, were getting offered up as sacrifices one by one, without gathering their knowledge together. In the end, did the humans get what they deserved? They thought that they were using their brains, but they were actually thinking of only using their greedy selves. In the end, chessboard theory is a thinking technique where you can project yourself onto your opponent. So greedy people that see their greedy selves inside their opponents. I looked lazily at Aunt Rosa. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She couldn't sleep, and she kept staring vaguely at some point off in space. Aunt Rosa had announced that we couldn't trust anyone who hadn't been killed. Aunt Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself in her opponent. In other words, maybe Aunt Rosa was an isolated woman, unable to trust anyone and unable to let her guard down. Long ago, I think I heard a bit about it from my dad. Aunt Rosa was originally a very obedient child, but her age was far too separate from the other siblings, and they often made conflicting demands of her during their confrontations. Thanks to this, she'd undergone a lot of psychologically harsh experiences in her youth. Often when she copied one of her siblings, another sibling would give her a hard time. True, Aunt Rosa said many things today that could be taken as abusive, but that means that those words were once showered upon her, which is why they were engraved in her vocabulary. The many abusive words that she'd spoken were also words that she'd been showered with in her past. Now that I think about it, I've had a feeling of her style of speech sometimes had traces of Uncle Kraus or Aunt Ava in it. I understand it as similar because they were siblings, but maybe that wasn't just that. For the first time, I truly sympathized with Aunt Rosa, whom I'd always assumed might be just quiet and gentle. Then what about Maria? Maria's been making a certain claim for a while now. If we can solve the riddle the witch displayed for us, the ceremony will be halted, and we'd definitely be saved. And I think that she also said Beatrice will never break a promise. But this is Maria we're talking about. She herself never breaks promises, and she has the most innocent of hearts. So she believes Beatrice also won't break her promises. She'll be able to believe that. But isn't it just the image of Beatrice in Maria's mind? There's no proof that the real Beatrice always keeps her promises, right?
わらわは約束は守る。碑文の謎を解けば、黄金鏡へ至ることができるだろう。さすれば、儀式は終わる。それ以上誰も死にはせぬ。
お前みたいな外道の極みが、ルールを遵守するってのかよ。
わらわが、残忍で卑劣で外道であることを否定はせぬ。だが、わらわは魔女だ。魔法を使う。魔法を使うには、守らねばならぬルールがある。わらわは魔女だからこそ、それをないがしろにできぬのだ。それだけは信じるがよい。
これだけめちゃくちゃやってきて、それでもルールだけは信じろってのかよ。
わらわはたぶらかしはする。もちろん人も騙す。人間と変わらぬ。だが、約束として口にしたことを保護にしたことは一度もない。人間はどうか、約束を必ず守るのか？
約束を守ろうなんてキャッチフレーズがある以上、ちゃんと履行されてるかどうかは疑わしいな。
わらわから見れば、人間の方がよっぽど利己的で外道な存在よ。人間の約束ほど疑わしいものはない。わらわも時に人間と契約するが、くだらない願い一つ叶えるのに、どれほど厳重に取り決めをするか想像もつくまい。少しでも隙があると、 連中はすぐに、叶える願いの数を100に増やせとか、小さな豆粒に変身してみろとか言い出す。
親父によく言われたぜ。契約書ほど怖えもんはねえって。よく読まずにハンコを押す奴は、骨の髄まで喋られて当然だって言ってたぜ。悪徳で荒稼ぎしてやがったんだな。
察しろ。人は生まれながらに詐欺を知りはせぬ。どこかで被った。だから覚えた。押し付け合わずにはいられぬ人の世の罪か。はて、どこの魔女に聞いたやら。まあいい。そなたが思っているほど、わらわも無慈悲ではないぞ。
嘘をつけ。これだけの大勢を、こんな残酷な方法で殺しておいて、何が無慈悲ではないだ。約束は守るだと？いい加減なことを言うな。俺はお前を認めない。断じてそれを譲らないことだけがお前への抵抗だと俺は信じてる。
なるほど。永遠の苛波であるのは、わらわに対しても同じであるというわけか。かもしれぬな。1000年は長い。魔女の強さは、魔力より我慢強さで決まるのかもしれんな。なるほど。ベルン教の恐ろしさもうなずける。
何をわけのわかんねえ話をブツブツ言ってやがる。さっさと永遠の苛波とやらを続けろよ。俺は1000年でも1万年でも付き合う覚悟だぜ。
よいよい。少しは戦う気力も戻ってきたようだな。そうでなければつまらない。ほら、対戦ゲームでもよくあるだろ？乱入したけど、相手があまりに弱くて拍子抜けで、わざと負けて最終ラウンドまで延長させて、最後に本気でフルボッコにすることとかって、あるだろう？
例えの意味がわかんねえよ。
ワインと同じよ。よく熟成させねば輝かぬ。お前は、それに耐えられるワインだ。わらわがじっくり熟成させてやる。そなたを、わらわの優雅な時間を彩る最高の美酒に育て上げてやるぞ。だから、この程度で屈服などするな。わらわを引き続き否定してくれよ。何しろわらわは、そなたが認めぬ限り、儚き幻想に過ぎぬのだから。
何度見ても辛いな。
教授、お察しします。シャノンさん、鍵を頼みます。お亡くなりになられたとはいえ、奥様はレディーです。私には触れることができません。
はい。
Shannon nodded sharply, her expression filled with a sense of duty. George, Gordon, and Shannon had broken into a suitable window and were inside the chapel. Since they really hadn't wanted to break one, they searched for another way in just in case. But in the end, after proving once again there was nowhere they could slip in through, it only became more obvious that this chapel was a mysterious closed room. Inside the chapel, time had stopped ever since the last time they had left it. Even George wasn't able to approach that gruesome Halloween party again. It was only natural. It reminded him again of the sadness of losing both parents at once. And Goda, thinking of the possibility that those corpses might have changed in some horrible way now that half a day has passed, didn't want to let George get near them. Shannon followed Goda's instructions and approached the party table. Normally, Shannon might have resented having another dirty job forced on her, but now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Even though Goda had prodigious skill, he had gotten dragged into trouble, losing his job, and ended up left out in the streets before Natsuhi gave him his new life. Though it had been just a casual employment decision for Natsuhi, Goda must have thought it to be a turning point in his fate. Those around Goda could see that he felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsuhi, so he probably didn't want to lose that feeling, even after her death. Now that half a day has passed, the bodies of Natsuhi and the rest had changed completely. Small bugs sniffing out the smell of death had started to gather. It really wasn't something you'd want to look at directly.
奥様、失礼いたします。
Because of her long experience as a servant, Shannon had an idea which pocket Natsuhi kept the key into her room in. It would probably be this pocket. Her guess didn't fail her. By just touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it.
ありました。奥様の部屋の鍵です。
Shannon held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As George and Goto watched her, their eyes opened wide. It wasn't the expression Shannon was expecting, so it startled her. After all, Shannon had noticed. George and Goto, watching from afar, noticed it first. After all, when Shannon held the key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had seeped from around the table. They were countless gold butterflies. It was the first time George had seen them, so it might have looked like some kind of illusion. But Goto already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies were far from beautiful, and that they would bring about some kind of misfortune. As the gold swelled, trying to suck Shannon in.
Shannon-san! Hashite!
Shannon also realized the gold butterflies were trying to swallow her up. She ran unsteadily, her expression still shocked. As she did, the gold butterflies danced around her at once. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up.
Shannon! くそ、なんだこれは。これが君たちの言っていた黄金の蝶なのか。
早く外へ！こいつらめ！くそ！くそ！
George and Goto rushed up to Shannon, driving off the cloud of butterflies. And while the butterflies were scared, they ran towards the broken window. However, they needed a good footing to get out the window, which was surrounded by shards of broken glass. When they entered, there had been enough time to prepare that, but now there was none.
扉から出よう。足場を探してる時間なんかない。
開かない。硬い。
貸して。くそ。
ジョージ様、お早く！くそ、なめるな！
Goto took off his jacket, swinging it around, scattering the groups of butterflies. But saying that he was outnumbered would be a real understatement. It was doubtful that it was even brought to him a short amount of time. George struggled with the broken handle. Its age showed and it didn't turn well. I can't leave it to strength. It needs a right angle or some trick to it.
ジョージ様！くそー！この化け物どもが！
At that moment, Goto saw it. He was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table, no, with the stained glass behind it, floating, laughing, was the figure of the witch. He saw the figure of the laughing witch in the center of the golden whirlwind, with the gold butterflies fluttering about at the ready.
Beatrice.
It should have been Goto's first meeting with her, but he knew her at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, it was certainly the witch of the portrait herself.
そろそろ晩餐の時間ではないか。すでにわらわはこの屋敷のホストである。そなたらを素晴らしきディナーで歓待しなくてはならぬというもの。おあつらえ向きに3人ではないか。これは実に好都合。
うわ
あ、開いた。
幸田さん、早く。ベ アトリーチェ様。
足を止めてもよいのか？ここがそなたらの墓場にふさわしいというなら、それもよかろうぞ。かつての主の傍らにて死後も仕えたいというその心意気はたたえようぞ。
The golden whirlwind that wrapped around the witch burst. It was like an evil hand literally spread its fingers and was trying to attack them. The cloud of gold butterflies attacked with a fluttering sound.
急ぐんだ！足を止めちゃいけない！
George's voice brought Shannon and Goda back to their senses. Standing here now would make him like frogs getting stared at down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new brutal and frightening order which Rokujima had been enveloped. There was no time to take out their umbrellas. The three of them dashed out into the pouring rain. The three of them never realized because they didn't turn around, but the gold butterflies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well, and this hampered their ability to chase after the humans. The three people ran from their golden pursuers and flew into the mansion.
愉快愉快。こうでなくては面白くない。
They unlocked the door and dashed into the room. A bit of the scent from Natsuki's favorite gentle incense remained in there. However, there was no time to let that calm them.
どこにあるんだ？宝物箱の中って言ったっけ？
話に聞いただけです。実際にどこにあるかまでは。
多分お化粧台かベッドの脇にあるんじゃないかと思います。
Shannon's womanly sensibilities led her to conclude that. But next to the bed, there was only an incense burner and half-read novel and glasses. However, the dresser was elegant and had many drawers. It would be understandable she kept one of her valuables there.
夏日おばさん、ごめん。
He began to violently open each of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear the footsteps, but he had a feeling that the witch was approaching. He had a feeling that her laugh was approaching. He emptied the drawers one by one and examined their contents. Every small box for makeup looked like a treasure box, and the amount of effort it would take to inspect all of them made him feel a little dizzy.
この箱かもしれません。鍵がかかってて開きません。
At a glance, it looked slightly larger than a music box. When shaken, it rustled, as though very small objects were inside. But it was locked and it didn't open.
普通鍵はすぐ近くに隠しておくものです。あるいは常に身につけている人もいるかも。わからない、わからない。
やむを得ない。壊そう。でも乱暴にはできないね。中の鏡を割ってしまうかもしれない。こじ開ける道具はないから。そう。
Goto looked all over the room, trying to see if there was some tool they could use. And he noticed the door, which had been left open ever since they entered. He approached the door to close it, and saw an abominable shadows of people approaching from beyond the darkness in the hall. No, it wasn't shadows of people, because they weren't human at all.
ジョージ様、急いで。
Gota's voice trailed off. It was the shock of seeing a procession of those not of this world. He was a servant, so he knew all the servants working for the Yoshimiya family, but he didn't know about these. However, they were definitely servants, and not servants working for Ushimiya Kinzo or Ushimiya Karaus. These new servants who worked for the new master of the mansion, the Golden Witch Beatrice, had goat heads and bright red, boiled eyes of lava. As the new master laughed loudly and trimly directed the 6 of the new servants, he saw them approach, piercing the darkness as they came. Of course, she was clad in gold butterflies that were her symbol. Goto hurriedly closed the door and locked it. However, just as he locked it, it returned to normal as though a spring or something had knocked it back. He gave the illusion that some prankster beyond the door was unlocking it every time he locked it. They couldn't have reached the other side of the door yet, so who was doing it and how? It almost felt like playing with a broken toy.
しまらない。閉めても開いてしまう。どうなってんだこりゃ。クソクソクソクソ。
鍵がわらわを拒むと思うか。その部屋の新しき主をその部屋の扉が拒むと思うのか。
It was like the witch could see Goda's frantic effort through the door. Even now, the footsteps continued to approach. And when not just their footsteps, even their breath could be heard, Goda gave up on the lock and slammed the door, locking it with only his own large body.
ジョージ様、早く早く早く。
ジョージ様、これはどうでしょう。
レターオープナーか。そっちの方がいいね。貸して。万年筆じゃうまくいかない。
George took it and once again dug into the crack under the lid of the treasure box. It looked like it's working.
早く早く。
The pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goda screamed. This wasn't a war cry during a test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that nothing but a single wooden door was stopping him from touching something not of this world. But he was still lucky. He wasn't touching the things directly, because they were on the other side of the door. So if he were to touch them directly, Goda's cry would surely turn into something braved to a pathetic, piercing scream, and therefore one that was more real. Goda couldn't believe what was happening right before his eyes. Coming through the door was an arm. An arm was slipping straight through the wood like it was water, as though doing this was the most natural thing in the world, and it rubbed the back of Goda's hand as he frantically tried to hold the door shut. It slid up his arm, to his chest, and then up to his chin. By now, Goda's scream wasn't even audible anymore. You could hear the sweet whispering voice from across the door. It wasn't coming from the witch, but it sounded like a young woman. However, that didn't change the fact that it came from someone not of this world.
かわいい。ねえ、見てるの走馬灯。教えてね。終わっ。ありがとう。もう終わってるのね。
That lewd arm burst, and when they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at incredible speed, they didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small, like steel or maybe a beetle. But when it stopped itself right in the center of Goda's chest and stopped, they realized for the first time that its true form was something like a stake with a strange design on it. Goda's large body shook, bent backwards, and fell over. As it did, the door opened softly, even though there was no one pushing it, welcoming in the new master of this room. It looked almost through the door, though the door itself had accepted her. The Goda attendants came in one after another, 6 of them. Then that witch came in, and the golden butterflies came in. The room was wrapped in a blizzard of gold leaf, which fell and piled up, turning more and more into a world of gold.
シャノン、ルーレットはそなたとジョージを選んだ。解放の日に感謝せよ。未練はあるまい？ないよな。惚れた男から婚約指輪をもらって夜も共にしないうちに殺されてしまっても未練なんかないよな。女の幸せを教えてもらいたかったんだろう。ああ、シャーノン、ダメダメ、垂れてるぜ。お前の口元から未練がだらだら垂れてんのが見えるぜ、シャーノン。
It was the sound of the lid of the treasure box breaking open. When George turned it over, accessories, charms, very small objects that Natsuki had treasured when she was a girl fell out. Mixed in with that was a pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and was immediately sure. This was it.
見つけた。これだ。
いいって及ばなかったの。死ね。
くそ。
All at once, the gold butterflies attacked George, who was hurriedly trying to remove the contents of the pouch. At that time, a bright red flash seemed to light up the room for an instant. That red flash seemed to cut a hole in the cloud of butterflies, raging around the room, drawing a circle with Shannon at the center. So the resulting scene looked truly divine, almost as though a single streak of light had cut through the clouds in this world of gold. George, who was curled in a ball trying to protect himself from this group of butterflies, didn't have a clue what was going on. Then he noticed that Shannon was standing guard in front of him, shielding him, as she glared at the witch and the rest with a serious face she had never shown him before.
忘れていた。そなたもまた金蔵の優れた家具だったな。それもカノンよりだいぶ熟成した。
カノン君をよくも殺したことじゃない。よくも亡骸を消し去り、その名誉まで汚そうとしたな。
おやおや、シャーノン、それを怒ってるのか？カノンに会えなくて寂しいならわらわに頼めよ。いつだって会わせてやるというのに。
When the witch snapped her fingers, one of the 6 goat attendants glittered gold and changed into Cannon. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Cannon's face. However, in those eyes, the glint of Cannon's integrity was nowhere to be seen. They were the hazy eyes of furniture that only obeyed the orders of the witch. George couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes, and he finally understood why Goda and the rest had been unable to talk about what they'd seen in the servant room.
楽しいですか？
ああ、楽しいぞ。死が引き裂いた2人を再会させるのはいつだって楽しい。死で引き裂いて1度、合わせて2度、もう一度引き裂いて3度楽しめるのだからな。さあ、カノン、姉と遊んでやりなさい。もし痛めつけられたら、思いっきり苦悶の表情を浮かべてやるといい。
From the imposter Cannon's arm, a strangely shining curve extended. He planned to tear Shannon apart with that. With a single stroke, he would attack Shannon, who still hadn't been prepared her heart, and...
許さない。一度ならず二度までも死者を汚すなんて許せない。
ほざくな。弟に殺されろよ、ショーノ。きっといい夢が見られるぜ。
The imposter Cannon certainly seemed to lunge at Shannon, drawing several purple curves. But when he flew at her, it was as though some kind of invisible wall had been placed in front of her. The wall repelled the imposter, leaving a bright red ripple on its surface. No, it didn't repel him, it smashed him. It knocked him back, turning him into a golden dust, into little bits scattering him. That foolish furniture, who had taken Cannon's form and even disgraced his honor after death, broke into countless gold butterflies. And then those butterflies themselves broke into pieces, and those pieces were broken into pieces, until they were no longer butterflies, but a golden splash that faded away.
シャロン。
ジョージさんはそこから動かないでください。中心軸をずらしたくない。
これは驚いた。 虫一匹殺せない面をしてこれだけの力を見せたか。なるほど、霊境がそなたに力を貸しているというのか。しかしその霊境の本当の力を引き出すには準備も時間も足りないな。そのどちらもわらわは与えはせぬ。
The spirit mirror George gripped had let out a divine glow, displaying a strength powerful enough not to submit to the wicked forces. But that glow was no match for the witch's sinister nature.
これだから家具は怖い。予期せずしてタンスの角にぶつける足の小指のような気持ちよ。これだから家具は怖い。家具が、家具。
私は家具じゃない。そしてあなたを今はとても哀れに思う。
何？ほう。1000年の魔女に100年も至らぬ家具が今何と言ったか。
あなたはとても哀れな人。愛し合う二人に未練がないわけがない。でもあなたの期待するような未練はかけらほどもない。
語るか、家具の分際で。ジョージと結ばれたくてわらわの靴を舐めた日々を忘れてわらわにそれを語るか。
愛に生き泥濘を這うが人間。それを嘲笑い見下しているつもりであなたはそれにはるかに劣る。私は今こそあなたを哀れに思う。愛し合う二人にとって添い遂げることにどれほどの意味が。意味はある、きっとある。でもそれはあなたの言うこととは全然違う。もっと新鮮にして、あなたごとき邪悪が口にする資格もないほどの新鮮な意味がある。だから私にはすでに何の未練もない。ジョージさんと愛を誓い合った。その証として指輪を受け取った。それで永遠の誓いは完了した。あなたがどんな邪悪な魔法や悪意で私たちを災難だとしても永遠は汚さない。
綺麗事を詩人のように語るな。愛は情欲なんだよ。少女漫画みたく綺麗事ばっかりで語れねえんだよ。男どもはお前の匂いに惹かれて群がるウジバエどもなんだよ。そんなこともその年でまだ理解できねえのかよ。お前は失望するぜ。その後ろのメガネ男のどす黒い欲望、一度でも覗いちまったら、がっかり愕然唖然呆然全然ダメだぜ、ショーノン。ああ、もういいや、語るな家具が。この家具何様のつもりだよ、語りやがって。愛なんて結局はど汚ねえ汚物をどう綺麗に見せようかって欺瞞なんだよ。そいつに気づいて人は大人になるんだろう。死ねよクズ。家具スクラップ。お前を汚らわしいウジ虫に変えてやるよ。それでもそのメガネがお前を愛するか試してやるよ。そいつの愛のどぎたねえ現実ってやつを教えてやるよ。死ねえよガラクタが。てめえが愛を語るんじゃねえ。
The invisible column of light with Shannon at the center started to have bright red ripples drawn all over it at once. The wall did its best to withstand the unseeable malice that tried to corrode in on them from all directions.
なんだよそれは。抵抗してるつもりかよ。安っぽいんだよ、薄っぺらいんだよ。お前の綺麗事と同じなんだよ、見せかけだけの薄っぺら。見たくないものをベールで覆って隠してるだけなんだよ。まだわかんないのかよ。だから家具なんだよ、家具。ほらほらほらほらほら、削られてるぜ。カリカリコリコリガリガリゴリゴリなんて薄くて情けないんだよ。お前のその薄っぺらな抵抗に比べたら、パルミジャーノレッジアーノの方がまだ削るのに苦労がいるぜ。
The golden windstorm that covered the room gradually began to shave the walls off the columns that protected Shannon and George. The bright red ripples frantically drew a resisting pattern, but that just turned to a red wall of despair that began to wrap the two of them up.
ジョージさん、ごめんなさい。やはり私には無理でした。
ありがとう。君は僕のために戦ってくれた。それだけで嬉しいよ。
The round wall that once protected them was assaulted and covered with a curve of bright red ripples as it seemed to scream, and it began to suck the two of them up inside. Shannon grasped George's hand behind her, so George hugged her shoulders just as strongly.
なんだい。
最後に愛してるって聞かせてください。
さよ。僕は君の永遠に